random cliff? Maybe that's just a random cliff. And then over here in this general areas where we're expecting to run into... Yes, you. There's two of you. Uh oh. We want Quen immediately. Ooh, that was lucky. Yeah, you are level 33 as well. We could... Oh, that's the person in distress. Okay, so just one person in that case. We actually need to fight. Yeah, if you could just allow us to continue to wail on you, that'd be great. There is someone behind us. I do see that on our map. So I think there is still one other bow person. We could just take you out before you get the chance to do anything, and then have a true 1v1 with the other person. That'd be lovely. Okay, there is the other person. How dare you interrupt us? I want to finish this person off. Okay, yes, we did. Now we can focus on you. You are truthfully the last person. You have a shield, which is actually a game changer. That is going to be very difficult for us to use the same strategy that we were using before against you. So I am a bit concerned about pulling this one off. Because we were, of course, doing a combination of Igni and then follow up with some attacks. That is significantly more difficult to do when you can block our Ignis. We have to actually parry and then time our counterattacks. Master Topical's hut. Well, yes, but also, sorry, Master Topical. This guy is a lot stronger than me. It's kind of the thing. So, like, this ain't gonna be easy. What if we deliberately dash behind you, do some of this? That can do a bit of damage, yes, but that was a risky maneuver. Not necessarily sure we're gonna be able to pull that off consistently. Try to do this. Dash behind you, throw an Igni, and then follow up with some attacks. It worked the first time, it did not work the second time. Like I said, it's easier said than done. Far easier said than done. Technically speaking, the correct way to do it would be do something like this. But that's, I mean, yes, you can make it happen, perhaps. Give it a shot. The parry approach.
Well, how long you gonna make me wait?
Oh, I was really hoping you were not going to block the Igni. Come on. Come on. Oh, that was not good timing on the Igni. Come on. Come on, buddy. That, I don't really want to be next to the tree. That's going to mess us up. Can we pull this off? I saw it coming. I saw that coming too. You unfortunately saw the Igni coming though. That's not gonna work. There we go. Okay, it's a little bit of damage. Again, the patient approach, but there's the risk, especially when we have not left our Quen on, that if he just lands one hit, that could be devastating. So we need to play this really patiently. Come on, come on. Bring it on. That was not really what I meant to do. Igni was not the preferred. We might have been able to hit him there, but okay. Igni's back. I know we have the high ground, technically speaking, in this instance, but
what? Lost your nerve?
Don't like this angle quite as much. A little harder to see you. Come on, buddy. Bring it on. Oh, not quick enough. Definitely not quick enough. Oh, and yes, that's... I mean, we might have needed the Quen. I was thinking that was Igni, though. Yeah, ooh. Fortunate to sidestep that one. That could have ended far differently. We do still have Quen, theoretically speaking. You can also do that, but you blocked it. Let's get Quen back on, though, because this is about to expire. As we said, that's kind of important. Once again, might have been able to do a quick counter there. Just sneak up behind him. Like so. You blocked that? I don't know about that. I mean, yes, it does seem that the parries are, technically speaking, a more reliable way of dealing the damage.
Too late to surrender.
Come on. Hit me! Ooh, you didn't actually get staggered or anything like that when we parried that time. Ooh, and Geralt was not quick enough that time. Come on. Roughly half HP. We can do it. We can do it. I know we can. Oh, we ran out of Quen. Let's put that on first, though. Let's make that happen. And let's switch to Igni in case we want to follow up with one of those. Okay. Ready now. Now that's definitely not going to fry you. We're always going to block that. That much was pretty certain.
Come on, come closer.
Yeah, actually, no. Crits are good. Sneak in a bit of extra damage with that. Come on. Sneak in a few extra hits here and there. But, yep, Quen is down. Put it back on. Switch to Igni. Guess we want to follow up with some damages. Wait till we get the stamina back. It's back. Parry. That was a little preemptive there. That was the time we were looking for, though. Quick counter from you. Oh, I put down the block right as you were starting to swing. So I wanted to just get back instead. That was dangerous, though. That was preemptive on that one as well.
Come on.
Come on. We're close. And we have lost Quen. So let's get out of here. Okay. Back to the Igni in case. And stamina is back now. I was slow to attack after we blocked. Good practice.
Surrender.
For the blocking, which I admittedly do not do nearly as much as I should. So, in that sense, this is long-term, perhaps reinforcing some good habits when we're going against strong enemies, other than, you know, the whole part where we shouldn't be fighting. Oh, that was bad timing. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. But, yeah, when we're fighting strong enemies like this... Now, again, we probably do want to bide our time here. Get back as much of this HP as possible, because as we saw, you can't... Well, I don't want to say you can't one-shot us. You might be able to one-shot us, but it's close. And if we are not on full HP, then that risk is very real, I think. So I'm also kind of curious. We're on 991 experience right now. I want to see how much we get from this guy. Assuming we can take him out. Oh, Quen is actually about to expire. So let's put it back on. HP is almost back at full. So I think we are ready to re-engage in that case.
Damn it.
And there it goes. He's down. So I think that... Ooh, gold ruby ring. Order the Flaming Rose Sword. Higher rarity this time. For the experience we gained... Yeah? What was that, 17 or so? Which doesn't sound like a lot, but that is actually a lot more than just about every other enemy that we've fought in the past, other than quest enemies.
Thought I was done for. Miot's always open to it.
And then some quests even will give us, in some cases, 1 or 2 experience if they're really low level for us. We can fight someone over here as well. But there are a few that also give us 25, so that was like roughly the same amount of experience as a small quest from one enemy there. But let's now speak to the person that we rescued, and perhaps save as well. So those guys, difficult, for sure, yes, but theoretically possible, and we did pull it off. People with the question mark, no, that's not going to work. We'll have to pass on those guys for now. But one moment, we will speak to the herbalist. We just first need to take all of his goods. We will actually sell the herbs to the herbalist, not the other way around. Oh, we probably could at this rate. Probably have in the past as well. Though I think we determined that they do not technically purchase for a premium. Other things, oh, well, even in your sacks and boxes, you still have herbs. Green mold, I don't think we need much of that. That's actually a good pickup there. Then there's only a little bit more remaining, at least in theory, based on what I'm seeing on the map here. Some fruits. Okay, let's walk in. Once we loot this stuff, which is, again, more herbs. Well, can't blame him. Good at what he does. Alright, let's have a chat, perhaps. There's the alcohol. Okay, a little bit different this time. Allspice as well, that's not bad. So, Witcher's not quite the devils you thought. In My Evening with a Vampire. Will you read My Evening with a Vampire? Is that the one that's basically Twilight? Conviction has arisen amongst both mages and the hoi polloi that Witchers barely rise a hair's breadth above animals. I think we've read that. The Land of the North Velen. Yeah, we definitely read that. That's not the one that we just picked up, though, so maybe we'll pass on that for now. Silver. That's not bad. And although this is not a terribly rare chestplate here, again, if it's a high enough level, then it could still be decent. Do a quick check. And the answer, hold on. The answer is that it is level 16, which is reasonably high, but it's not going to outdo our feline armor here. So, let's speak to this person here.
Now?
Thanks again. I'd have been mincemeat if it's not for you. Name's Philibert Topical, but everyone calls me Master T. What do you think you need? Shrooms? A bit of herb, perchance?
Actually, we just took all of your possessions, so we don't really need that stuff, but let's see what you have. So, you have some glyphs. Yeah, I mean, crafting items that we tend to see at other shopkeepers, yes. Though I'm not necessarily sure there are things here that we need much of. Ergot seeds, those perhaps worth picking up because we see them so rarely. And then maybe similar thing with hop humbles. Otherwise, we might be good to go. Blood moss, we have our fair share of that, I think. Tick, fool's parsley. I think mistletoe is another one that we tend not to get too much of. That's generally worth picking up. This is elemental essence, that's kind of expensive. Might want to pass on that unless we know for sure that we need it. So, yeah, I think we settle with what we have here, and then we could potentially sell some of our other alchemy ingredients that we have a lot of. We have things like extra drowner brains, which at this rate, we arguably do. You don't have a lot of coins, actually. So we wouldn't even be able to sell all of our drowner brains even if we wanted to. Or maybe he's just not really a drowner brains kind of guy. Couldn't understand why that might be, but I guess some people are just like that. So, other than that, do we have any other common items that we feel okay parting with? We have fought, enough ghouls recently, I suppose, to make you completely broke? Sure. Why not? Okay. That should do the trick. We could double check our alchemy stuff here to see if there's anything we can do. We did just pick up some ingredients, of course. And decoctions. We do have that one decoction that we were waiting on forever to do. Oh, actually, it's not this one that I'm thinking of, though. Dwarven Spirit. Nekimara Mutagen, which, of course, we did recently pick up. And then, because we did recently fight Nekimara. White Myrtle, plenty of that. Mandrake, plenty of that. Damage dealt to foes... What? Damage dealt to foes regenerates vitality. So it's like a leech, basically? When you deal damage, you restore HP. Just regenerates, in other games at least, tends to have a slightly different meaning. So, yeah. I mean, not sure we have any other use for Nekimara mutagens. We could perhaps just double check if there's anything down here. It's just a quest item with the short lure. So I don't think there's anything else that is relying on this right now. So, sure. Let's make it. Okay. Nice. Can't play with Gwent.
So long.
So I think we'll just say goodbye to you. And is there anything else out here more directly where we rescued you? I don't think so. So, okay. Let's double check our map. see where exactly this place was. This was the little house that was north of the Vic Watchtower. This had the hidden treasure. Did we ever confirm what the level of these people were? Because yes, we did, right? These were also question mark, question mark, question mark. Thought so. But then again, there's just so many of those enemies in this area that I might be losing track of them all. But I think that we found this was too much for us. So I would say let's go investigate it now if that were not the case. But I think it was. I think we have seen it, and that was the case. So, for that reason, why don't we... Well, I mean, this kind of looked like a path, but it also just kind of looks like it's going to take us back to where the herbalist was. Maybe not. Might be something a little bit further over here. Let's double check what the best way to go further east might be. Yes, this is slightly more northerly. I think we might want to try doing this one first and start south and go north. So yeah, let's kind of do like from this fast travel location due east, then go as far east as we can, and then go a little bit north, then go west from there, and then do a bit of a zigzag like this. So that's what I'm thinking, which means we probably do want to be on the other path, not this one. Let's just keep our eyes peeled for anything else that we might want. Yeah, that appears to be the tower. I think is the place that we were looking at earlier. Yeah, that had the harps, didn't it? And the harp was too high of a level? That's the one that we saw previously. Okay. So let's pass on that. That is not yet safe. So, could be more in this direction, though. As for whether it will also be out of our league, that remains to be seen. At this rate, it does seem that the lowest level stuff we've found were those people that we just fought previously who had level, what, 33 or so? Bandit camp somewhere. I mean, normally that would be fairly easy. Bandit camps tend to be on the lower level side, but then again, like we were just saying, people that we fought in this area have been tricky. Now, where actually is the bandit camp? That's the other thing. Where am I supposed to be headed? Oh, it's back in this direction. Okay, that is... Yeah, okay, we did actually end up going further north than I intended to go. Suppose we did find this, so I wouldn't say we turn it down now. We should probably still check it out. But, noted. Means you're over here. What level are you? We don't know yet. Also 33. Am I up for... Ow, another round of this? I'm not sure I am. I'm not sure I am. To be honest with you, that's also not really the kind of coin I was looking for. This was. So we could potentially make it happen. Yes, that is a new kind of weapon. Okay. I turned on Igni, but okay, maybe not. Roach, could you save us, please? Yeah, I'm getting the impression that this is just an area that overall we are not really ready to explore yet. Not really ready to do stuff in just yet. Could be wrong about that. Might just be coincidence, but I mean, then again, coincidence would suggest that, you know, it's once or twice. At this rate, it's 4 times. Or maybe even 5. So, yeah, I'm getting the feeling
Come on now.
that we might just want to save this for another time. This does seem like a village of sorts. Now, this also kind of looks like one of those areas where it would be an abandoned site, currently overrun by, well, monsters or bandits, but you seem to be a peaceful lumberjack.
Whoa there. Greetings.
Sorry about that. Maybe not peaceful for much longer if we push you around like that, but... Hello, peoples of this remote area. It's nice to meet you. Also, please turn over all of your valuables immediately. Except you don't really seem to have any? What gives? Dude man, where are your valuables? Doesn't seem like anyone's getting mad at me for this. Alright, that qualifies. I take it back. That works. Burnbread, you know, maybe less so on that stuff. And we'll just light your house on fire. But, yeah. And so you're a lumberjack. Yes. Are you really just here by yourself? Are there any other people over here? Also, where did you go? We push you out of this plane of existence? Maybe? And it does seem like there's a little bit more. Oh, there you are. Okay. There's a little bit more in this direction. We might still be able to uncover more people or talk to more people, what have you. That's not terribly useful to us. Just all lumberjacks, is that your thing? It does kind of seem like it. Get mad when we try to take your stuff? Doesn't seem as though that's the case. You guys do seem to be playing cards, and no one want to play as a Gwent? Maybe? Maybe not? Yeah, I guess. Sure, you have a little lumberjack village over here. I'm just wondering, is there anything that we do at this lumberjack village, or do we just steal all of your belongings and call it a day? Because it kind of seems like that's the case. Sort of the impression that I'm getting. Or lumberjacks. And yeah, sorry for like kind of nearly pushing you off the edge there. Other stuff up here? Yeah. Yeah, there is. So, yeah, you're a reasonable amount of loot, sure. But is there any bigger purpose, bigger reason for us to have gone here? That's what I want to know. Answer at the moment appears to be no. Did we get a fast travel location here as well? I don't think we did. Would have been kind of nice, I suppose. The watchtower is not too far from this location. So, if you wanted to go back over here and fight those bandits, that's probably the best way to make it happen. There's potentially still more stuff further east. Southeast even. I mean, this stuff I, again, would believe that that's probably an extension of Heddle. And this was a question mark location. So I think this stuff will probably pass on for now until we are a fair bit stronger. Whereas maybe this is safe. And by safe, I mean maybe level 33 enemies. Ideally, enemies a little bit weaker than that. But let's mark this one on our map and see what the deal is. I don't think there's much left for us to do in this little lumberjack village here. I think that bandit camp also is a little bit off the trail. Does complicate matters a bit, in that of course it would be quickest if we were to just go straight across the trail and not worry too much about exploring areas outside of that. But that's just a bush lighting up there. Yeah, that's, I think, leading toward... Is that leading toward a dangerous area, or is that actually where we want to go? That is actually where we want to go. Okay, I thought that was leading us back down south over here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is, like, not really on the trail is kind of what I'm getting at right now. Is that something that we feel okay about? Do we feel like we need to do that? I mean, generally speaking, whenever there's a body of water, or whenever there's a river, going to the sources seems to have been an effective thing for us to do. Can Geralt climb waterfall? Yes, however, that's a griffin. Thought we were seeing wyverns before, not griffins. Maybe I just was looking at them from a distance and it wasn't clear. I'm pretty sure this guy's going to be able to demolish us. Let's double check. This is probably a question mark enemy. That would be my guess. Let's throw on a Quen just in case, but I think our odds are pretty low here. Yep. Enemy that will instantly kill us is the answer. That is the answer. As for whether it was the enemy that we saw previously or not, can't really say definitively. Is it still following us? Would be my other question. We have put away our sword. It does appear to have run. And by run, I mean fly. But, okay. So, yeah, that may or may not have been the enemy that we ran into previously. But, again, just kind of further reinforces that this area, maybe not the best place for us at the moment. Maybe we're not so ready for it. Seeing as how the one thing that we have done in this area has been stuff that was still quite a stretch for us level-wise. And this is cool. Little marshland. I am intrigued, but at the same time, I am fearful for our lives. And that does seem like that is perhaps a greater concern. So we can try going across here, seeing what's on the other side of the river. But based on everything we've seen, I'm doubtful that this will end well. Pretty doubtful. So kids, don't try this at home. Basically what I'm saying. We're doing this even though it's probably a very bad idea. Dead white wood? Yeah, that also doesn't sound good. Does that mean there's a fast travel spot here that could perhaps give us some more information? No. So this does seem to be, yeah, I mean, if that name applies to this entire area here, then could try going further down. I mean, there's very likely stuff over here. Initially, I was thinking we'd start south and then work our way northward. We are, of course, closer to the northern part of the area, but eventually we might want to go further north still. So, yeah, I think we do still go south. Here. In this direction. Bird. Bee's nest. I did not see the bee's nest, though. I think we should more or less constantly have our Witcher senses on here. Okay, so this is obviously a ledge we can climb. Implies there's something over here worth investigating. That doesn't sound good. Those are wolves. This seems like it's going to lead us to certain death. But again, we were saying south first. Let's try doing that. Sort of following this little path here. And little cliff. I think that the big stuff is probably on the other side of that. But in the interest of seeing what this marker is first, and in this direction, and well, see, there's anything back here, but I don't think so, because it's mostly just where we came from. So, I can't really hear those enemies there, but I'm guessing those are still the wolves. It is kind of, sort of, where our marker is pointing us. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Hold on. Point ourselves straight here. Really looks like it. Is that where we ought to be going now? Yeah. Yeah, does seem so. If we were to go further south, we might find that there could be something here again that's like debatably an extension of this area here where we know that there will be enemies that are too strong for us. Whereas this one, yeah, there's still pretty good chance of that being the case, but maybe slightly lower. Maybe slightly lower chances. So once again, just because we are probably about to be staring death straight in the face. Whoa, ancient legend, no dear. Yep. Some kind of castle that we never heard about, but does seem as though there's something over there. We are not ready to take it on. I'm really getting the sense we should not be here yet. I think at some point in time, definitely, yes. But right now, we've had, like I said, one thing, that being the enemies in and around the herbalist that we just barely were able to fight. I mean, just barely. And it's similar story here, but we opted not to. I think we could perhaps head up further north to the areas that seem to be more established. Not as far east where we are in the woods that have the word death in their name or something like that. Yeah, that probably should have been a pretty strong sign, as we were anticipating, that things were not exactly going to be all warm and fuzzy over here. But, you know, these areas that have, like, the notice boards, probably fairly safe. These areas, this looks kind of like an estate, similar to the one that we went to for the party earlier, and this looks like maybe even a farm. So, who knows what could happen over there? But I think we give that a shot. Here's another notice board, although this kind of looks like it's just a tiny little area. So, yeah, I think we reel it back in a little bit here. Don't go quite as deep into no man's land. And, well, then I guess the question is, how do we get out of here? Because this place is pretty remote. We have not yet found any fast travel locations, perhaps in some of these areas that have the really strong enemies, like with Hedl. We might find some, but that's not really something that we want to be going much further into at the moment, so I think we might just try heading further north for now, which means, short term, yes, we are probably still going to find that this is dangerous. Can we find a fast travel location, though? Roach, help us.
Go.
So, yeah, I think we don't cross over any of these thresholds like this.
Let's go.
That's just likely to send us to Leshen Castle. So I think we can drop down here. Are those weird sounds coming from the Leshens? I don't remember what sounds Leshens make, but possibly. Wouldn't necessarily rule that out. Alright. Is sort of a path here.
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed. Looks like 4, which I also don't think we've ever seen before. I'm curious. I would like to believe they might not be quite as strong. I mean, wild boar, no joke, but might not be a good idea, is what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. That would mean my question becomes, once again, how do we get out of here? How do we get out of here without killing ourselves right now? I think the answer is we speed past and try not to get touched. That wild boar is directly on top of us. This is not where we want this to be happening. Ruins? Sure. There are more monsters. I really just want a fast travel location. Can we just get the fast travel location? That looks like another, likely level 33 soldier enemy. And if we were to get shot or hit in any way, shape, or form, we may be dead. This is now technically a bandit camp, and yes, you are another level 33 fallen knight. Okay. So, and right on cue. That is what we were saying we expected. And Carol, Roach, could you move? Don't just stand there and get hit. It's generally not a good idea. So, let's continue to go further into the woods and get further lost. Yeah, like that's probably just gonna be the end of the world pretty soon. So that's the bandit camp, this area here, in those ruins. Technically didn't get to this spot here. We may want to be going in precisely the opposite direction in which we are currently going. See if we can, yeah, because like this is gonna take us nowhere. This is actually my my scroller. It's not gonna, my marker's not gonna let us go any further to the east. So we're probably gonna see this as the end of the world right here. So yes, we do probably want to avoid those bandits. However, can we use plan while we're on approach?
Faster.
Not really. Is that an Axie? That's supposed to be quick. But yeah, let's try to speed past these guys in the opposite direction and not get stuck on little rocks here. So, like, don't slow down. Is that gonna be another boar? It is. Get out of here. Okay. Any other signs of enemies? Not at the moment.
Move it.
Let's head back up to other areas with people who will one-shot us.
That's it, Roach.
We could cross
Take it easy.
this crossing here, bring us back westward, which would probably be the quickest way to safety. Would be this area here that we may not have explored yet? I'm losing track of all these areas that we cannot yet fully explore because, well, we've not really been able to fully explore any of them. So, I think you heard me say it before, but the same rules apply. We could be walking into Valley of Death. So, what's the deal here? I'm not seeing anyone on our Witcher senses. Bird? Hello? Anybody home? Preferably people who don't want to kill us. We've seen a lot of those people recently. Hello? Civilization? Maybe? Maybe not? Person! You are a person. And what is that? There's red stuff over here. Yeah. I get the general feeling. We got a quest marker! Yes! I get the general feeling that we are going to places where we are technically not really supposed to be going yet. I mean, the monster level is, of course, the strongest indicator of that. But the quest door further reinforces that idea. And I think that the general rule of thumb is that when you find that there are main quests, and to a certain extent side quests, that are sending you in a general area, that is sort of your invitation to look in that general area for other things. And we had the side quest with Radovid/Philippa, which was sort of in this area, arguably. That's about it, though. Certainly no main quest stuff. So I do wonder if perhaps that is sort of our indication that, yes, we are going a little too quickly here into this area. And still, we'll take the stuff we can get, looting these things. And it is useful to have fast travel locations if we are to make our way back over here at some point in time. The rotting flesh, maybe we'll pass on that. And the ashes, also not terribly valuable. But yeah, like, there's obviously something in that building. I'm hesitant to go there. There's a chance that there could be something related to a Witcher contract that we've already picked up. That would not... Oh, this is actually the one that locked up, or at least boarded up. I don't really know what we're looting there. We're looting, yeah, something from the other side of this fence. But in the interest of not making it so that we, say, lose the opportunity to negotiate the price on a Witcher contract or something like that. Yeah, there are lots of doors with those red quest glows to them. So I think for that reason, I'm deliberately going to avoid going into just about every house. And let's say, I mean, we could use our fast travel location that we just found here. Was what? I thought it was over in this direction? Yeah. Kind of, sort of. Or we could just use this as a bit of a base of operations. Let's actually see what this says. What can you tell us about this area? This woodland settlement is almost entirely depopulated, and its proximity to dead white wood scares off any potential new settlers. Yeah, you know, that's maybe why we should have taken the hint earlier. But yeah, I think we actually did get a little bit closer to the mainland, or at least society, maybe a better way of phrasing that. So for that reason, I think we're probably in decent shape to go more or less straight north from here. See what this place is, see what this place is. I think this place is more likely to be a safe state of some sort, whereas this one could just be the little barn with the farm next to said estate, or it might be a place that is full of evil monsters. But we'll check it out. Worst comes to worst, we can retreat to this spot here. We found ourselves a little bit of a haven in this dark and dangerous forest area. But yeah, I suspect that we will probably be heading back here much later on when we are considerably stronger. And yeah, if we run into any more boar, that would be an issue for sure. We did actually get hit by one of them. And it did not quite one-shot us, which surprises me. We did not have Quen on at the... or at least I don't think we had Quen on at the time. Sounds like a bear. Don't know definitively. I'm tempted to check. Does look like one, yes. Normally bears, we can take them out. This bear, we absolutely cannot. So, yeah. I mean, maybe in the hare? The hare might be too strong for us to take out as well. I mean, we're heading up further north. So I was going to say for a second, maybe we're headed closer to civilization and therefore we'd be more likely to find that we're doing okay here. Things might start to drop in level a bit, but no, if we're heading further north, then that's not really the case.
Damn it.
Especially if I kind of went north and east, which is definitely further away from civilization. Okay, so there's something here. Just double check. Which spot was this? Yeah, this is basically the place I was saying we would want to explore a bit. Are there any inhabitants where these buildings are? Preferably of the friendly variety. Not seeing anyone who appears to be immediately hostile, but you never really know. There are some people sleeping in that building there. Herbs. Okay. Sure. I mean, not getting any indicators that you're a shopkeeper, per se. But that may just be because we're talking to you in the middle of the night. Yeah, based on your names, that does appear to be the case that you will never be people who sell things to us. Okay, so I think that means that this area is, yeah, largely just, as anticipated, some kind of farm. Unfortunately, most of your goods we cannot take. But I think that means that next on our list is the estate-like area, or at least the place that we anticipate is some kind of estate-like area. That... can't tell from the sound. That is. Also seems to be one big kind of enemy. Are we any closer to society now? I mean, the tiniest bit, but I think there's still a very strong chance that this is going to be a very strong enemy. And that is kinda still on the main road-ish. I mean, this is ultimately where we should be headed. Hopefully there. I didn't actually mean to throw that kind of marker on there. Can we remove those markers? Probably. I don't remember how. Okay, so this is the place with the enemy, which is another very strong bear. Let's leave it alone. Okay, so in terms of our custom marker that we meant to put down is over here. Ish. Thought it was right next to the farm area, and kind of, sort of. There's also another building or buildings here. Okay, maybe we check these out too. Grunwich Lower Mill. Okay. Does appear as though this is another peaceful place, I think. And a marker for it as well. Okay, does appear as, yes, based on the description, we are at some kind of estate. The history of the Von Everett estate is as tangled as that of the family itself. The once wealthy Redanian family's manor and lands were auctioned off after they fell deeply in debt, but were returned to Von Everett hands by Olgierd, the infamous leader of an informal band of armed men calling themselves the Redanian Free Company. Don't think we've heard of them at all, unless some of these Redanians that we've been running into in the forest have been affiliated with them. Despite the effort he went through to regain it, Old Geared abandoned the residence sometime later, and dark legends concerning it now circulate among its neighbors. Okay, so yeah, this also, although theoretically a perhaps at one time peaceful area, might be, you know, like haunted and inhabited by a bunch of dangerous monsters. I wouldn't necessarily rule that out. So yeah, you know, I think I said earlier that we were going to see how much trouble we could get ourselves into, and yeah, that seems like that's more or less been the theme as of late. Perhaps we can do more of that. And you guys, at least in theory, appear to be peaceful little peasants who don't mean us any harm. So that's something. But, you know, the quantity of question mark enemies here is just, like, far and away higher than where we've seen anywhere else. So, yeah, I think we do go for our custom marker here, see what we find in the actual estate proper, and brace ourselves. Because we might not like what we find. Yeah, here's the actual estate. Alright. Can we go through the main gate? Do we want to go through the main gate? It is locked. Perhaps there's another way in. Thought we saw on our map that might have been the case. Could potentially parkour our way over one of these walls. Another doorway here. This might have been the one that I was thinking of, though. That also is locked. Which, again, is perhaps further indication that there's time and a place for doing this stuff. And this is not it. You know what that is? Hold on. Seeing some other build. Oh, it's just more of the same estate? Okay, gotcha. Probably. Just a big place. Just a big place. I'm referring to this spot here. Yeah. Just the shape of the estate kind of loops around a bit. Yeah, I think all these gates are locked. Can't go into any of them. So perhaps. Oh, you found a way in. You found a way in. I was gonna say, perhaps that just means that in the future we'll find a key of some sort or someone will bring us in. But okay. So place seems very welcoming. Grand staircase. Flowing waterfall. Every dark, ominous gate was locked except for this one here. So I'm sure they are just waiting for guests to come in. Key required. That's kind of what I'm saying. I'm guessing... Okay, let's not actually drop down there. Though, of course, you know the theory. There's going to be some good stuff down there. Do we go for it now? Do we save this for a future date? I'm thinking we probably do that. We probably save it. Because I think, all in all, the message I'm getting is that this is a save for later kind of place. So we can try to keep pushing. Maybe go to some of those locations that appear to still have notice boards. And maybe there we could see if we do get any quests from those notice boards. If we have any levels on those quests, we can see if there are any things that could still work for us. Oh, we did not check out the actual mill itself. Forgot about that. All distracted with his house over there. Loot any of this stuff? Answer appears to be no. A little gate here. Okay, sorry if, you know, you were keeping the animals in here, that they don't seem to be here. A moment. Yeah, so let's check out the actual mill. There does appear to be a ladder. Can we actually go up that ladder and do anything at the top of wherever that ladder leads? Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. So, those just trees? Kind of like an intriga. But, okay. Is it from you guys? Oh, sorry, it's a staircase, not a ladder. Okay, we actually can go in. We've definitely seen windmills like this before, but in the past we've almost never, perhaps even just outright never, been able to go in them. So I am surprised. You can check this out. I would like to, speaking of check out, see if we could get that, but that is not exactly the best of places. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe we just let that one go, because I suspect that, given the general theme, well, with this appearing to be an area where they're storing food and water and basic supplies, it probably not going to have much in the way of valuable stuff there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the one well-hidden thing is the one that is valuable. That's a trapdoor that we cannot get through. So that's all in here. Don't trip on the stairs. Okay. So in that case, I think we've done just about everything here. We are to try to target the next closest place with a notice board. The answer is basically straight north of here. Otherwise, I don't know, there's question marks. The southwest, that's a fair bit southwest, though. I think at that point, we'd probably just rather go back to the wheat fields and check out the notice board in this question mark here more directly. We tried this place. It kind of looks like the Bengal Bud residence, but it's definitely not as big. I know we went to this guarded treasure, yes, but I'm not sure we've actually been there. So, I mean, this is certainly closer to the city itself. Well, let's at least give this a shot here.